Jambo sana, wash your face.
It's more than just wildlife, because when we came here the first time, it was only wildlife. We came here because of the wildlife, and then we found that what we do and what we did back in South Africa at the time, if we could take some of that hospitality and bring it here and combine the people aspect that we thought we knew everything, and we combine that with the wildlife, we'd win. Little did we know, I think, that as time went on and we got to know Dixon and Francis and all the staff, that would become the reason. So I think it's an X factor. It's that merging point between wildlife and people and location and energy and something that you can't explain. It's everything.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Sami?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Oh, feeling better.
For the first couple of years, first 6 years, we had to move camp every 2 weeks. So everything you see around, every 2 weeks, we had to pack it into a truck, move it up the river, unpack it, and then the guests would arrive in whatever state the camp was at the time.
Wonderful. So Wild Eye has been here for like, I think it is 9 years now, and we've built a very good relationship with them. They've been working with us in so many activities around here, and they're bringing very nice guests, photographers, and we like them because they're exposing what we have here. And the relationship also we have is that since the time they came in, we've able to give them a place where they can stay for long. When you're staying here in Mara Triangle, so one of the things that you, when you're doing camping, so for any person doing camping, they're given 2 weeks to camp in a particular place. And you have to move around because we don't want people to stay within a particular place for long. And some 2 years ago, we started seeing that there were animals which were dying in large numbers in one of the particular areas that they were crossing. So we decided as a management that we are going to give a company that is going to stay for long and bring so many guests to stay in that particular area. And it is a good relationship because now they're able to help us to prevent the wild beast, because that point, the wild beasts were crossing through that point. And now when we gave Wild Eye, it is called Enkishu, and Enkishu is a Maasai name meaning giving life, and that is why now they are able to give life and protection to the wild beasts that they were dying in large numbers. So in the previous years, you could see that in Mara Bridge, there were so many animals which were had died, the wild beast, and it was so stinking you could not even go that area. But this year, good. Everything is now okay. We've not seen so many of them, casualties dying of the wild beast.
So what we've got is we've got a central lounge area connected to a dining tent. All the meals happens there.
Welcome back to the dining tent. Today, from Pascal and Joseph, from our kitchen, we have stir-fried rice, we have stir-fried beef, and we also have peas for the veggies, and we have red cabbages for the salad, and green chilies on the side. Welcome out for dinner.
There's a charging tent, or we call it a media tent, where we've got Wi-Fi, there is charging facilities, and for lectures, for workshops, for presentations, for downloading, backupping, the people can use that. Then on each wing, the north wing and the south wing, because we're on the bank of the river, there are 6 guest tents on each side, so 12 guests maximum, and then facilitators tents. At the back of house, what we have there is a full staff village, the kitchen, there's a staff kitchen, there's a gazebo for them to kind of chill, it's like their lounge area if you will. There is a solar farm because the entire system is now rigged on a solar farm. And we didn't want to go luxury. It's authentic. And look, it's not camping. You don't have to dig a toilet with a spade. You can still have all the creature comforts, but it's authentic. The idea was to kind of take it back to camping in the old days where you are still part of nature. If you go to a lodge, you close the door, you're closing Africa out for the night. Here, you hear the hippos eating next to your tent. You hear the lions roaring, the baboons going off across the river. So it's a total experience. And after 6 years of us moving, we finally, after all the discussions with Parks Board, got this as our permanent site. So we were able to double down on some of those creature comforts and stuff for the guest experience. Every day in the Wildlife Camp is both very similar and super different. The similarities and the things that makes it feel like home is the repetitive stuff. I mean this in a good way. And it's having the Maasai wake you up in the morning with water at your basin, coming down, seeing the familiar faces after the first day of Dixon and Maria waiting at the fire to make coffee for you. It's having Jimmy and Sammy and James and the guides come in and they're joking around and getting into the vehicle. That's the standard. Then you come back, let me jump forward, when you come back then in the evening, the warm or the hot towels, warm towel, depending on the temperature, that the ladies are waiting for you. Coming back, Tenke is there or Francis is there to kind of, what would you like to drink? How was your game drive? Coming to the fire, the dinner announcements, going to your room in the evening, showering with the stars overhead, then going to your room and listening to the night sounds kind of come alive. That's every time, that's guaranteed. So to have something like that to anchor the experience, I could stop there, but that's what it's about. Then, in between, you get to go into the greatest game reserve in the world and see things that most people only see on documentaries. It's the combination of what's the word I'm looking for? It's the word of knowing that you're going to get that experience from a staff and a camp and an experience point of view, and then you mix in the magic of the Mara.
My name is Dixon Sakaya. I'm working here at Wildlife as a camp manager. Control all these things here in Wildlife, and I enjoyed it since the beginning.
My name is Maria. I work as a waitress at the dining tent. Yeah, and I'm also a hostess. I welcome the guests.
My name is Mary Wajiko. I work in Wildlife Camp as a room steward. I take care of every guest when come here. I'm like mommy in the camp.
James Carey, and I'm here as a driver guide, and I'm sure I'm the senior head driver.
Now, my name is Sammy T. People call me Sammy T, but my real name is Sammy Ngodho. And I am a natural guide, I'm a driver guide, and I love wildlife.
My name is Francis Tenke. I work as a wildlife staff since 1911 to now. And I work here as right now, this is my office, which is I'm working as a barman, although I can do all kind of jobs.
So when I did the first ever Masai Mara trip, it was actually my previous company that we booked it through. Wildeye got born in between, so our very first ever Wildeye trip was to the Mara. And Dixon and Francis was a part of the ground team at the camp we used for the first trip. So I thought, hey, this is cool. These are Maasai's. Like, oh, this is amazing. So I wanted to record a video with them, got to know them, and halfway through the trip, Jono and Andrew were both with me. We we figured out that this is magic and we have to do something. So we spoke to Isaac, who I used to book the trip in the first place. And at the end of the week, we said to him, you need to come to South Africa, we need to talk. And when we sat down with him and we started putting it all together, he said, okay, cool. Dixon and Francis kind of work with him, so they're going to come along. And from there, I mean, Jimmy was he was one of the drivers for the company at the time. Dixon and Francis were pretty much doing what they're doing now. And the Maasai then, when Isaac said to them, we're going to start our own camp, the Maasai basically sorted themselves out. So they went to people who they trust, part of their age group, their elders, whatever. They brought the Maasai in. Isaac's been involved in the guiding industry in Kenya for 20, 30 plus years. So he then pulled guys like Jimmy, eventually Sammy, Mary he's worked with, Joseph or T-Man, one of our chefs, he lives in his village. So again, it was that beautiful situation where one or two people knew the right people. And the energy we had with them made it all possible. You and I, we're going to do this now on video.
Yeah, okay.
Now this is
Okay, hold me this.
how
Hold
we do
my
it.
phone.
A little bit of comedy here.
How long?
Jerry doing comedy with the stuff.
But you must video from here because when I hit we all know what it's like to be on the receiving end of hospitality. And I mean, I'm doing this now. Andrew, Marlon, Jono, Johan, all of the guys are doing that. But we know what it's like to run the system, to not be at home for a long time. So we try and make it fun and comfortable for them. They get paid more than most other people in their situations, but it's fun. We do what we can to make them enjoy what they do, because it's such a big part of the camp. Because they enjoy it, we enjoy it, our guests enjoy it. But it comes back to, we built relationships with them, and there's respect both ways, and it's just real.
Wildlife Camp has taught me so much. People here are friendly, and most of all my bosses, they are the most friendly people I've met, and I'm passionate about what I do. And I'm excited when I hear the guests are comfortable. It makes me feel comfortable also.
I liked working with Ada. It's very good with me. It's lifted my life up. I really like it. I really enjoy my work. I'm very happy whenever I'm working here. I feel like I'm in home. It's my job. It's not Wildlife job. It's my job.
This is my seven years now, actually, and I'm very grateful and very happy because I've been to other companies, but this is perfect. I like this kind of what do you call it? Tour company, because it's more related to photography, which I love very much.
I enjoyed my job, and I like it, and I enjoy the guys who are our leaders in Wildlife. We are friendly. Even I can say they employ me. They are not employing me. We are just brothers. So we are helping each other to make. We are looking forward to do more things, and we are expecting nice future for us.
What I like most is the relationship we have, from the senior to the smallest. It's unbelievable. We respect one another, and that's what we call teamwork.
The wildlife in the Mara is super diverse in that, to me, it's one of the most dynamic ecosystems in the world. If you could compare this in a February, which is kind of furthest from migration time, to mid-August, September, which is peak migration, it's literally two different worlds. In the one stage, the grass is up here, and now November, there's almost nothing. So certain things are a given. You will always find the big cats. They're always here. When the migration comes through, the intensity of the place rises. The big skies, the landscapes, those things stay. So even if you're coming for a normal African safari, like a big 5 safari, you will get good stuff. It's almost guaranteed. I think what makes it is if you look at how a lot of East African operators game drives and how they do those things, is it's a checklist. So you want to see lion, leopard, buffalo. They'll drive, lion, 2 minutes, okay, cool, there, check, go. And when we started with our guides, they were doing very similar things because that's the way they've done it for 15 years. In the last 6 or 7 years, we haven't run a course with them, but they've spent time with us and they understand the value of patience. They're asking you, are you happy with this view? Do you want to change? Nobody else does that. So we've taken, from a South African guiding point of view, that's filtered through to the guys. They're happy to sit for 4, 5, 6, my record is 7 hours waiting for a lioness to come down a tree. And they're cool with it because they understand what it's about. So not just at the camp, but the entire game drive experience is about the experience. So they understand, if you want to sit and photograph zebra for 2.5 hours, or you want to just sit at the river, have a cold drink and look at the river, they're cool. They haven't got the mentality of, we need to get to the next thing. It's about spending time and experience.
Like I've mentioned before, it's the people that make the Wild Eye experience. On the last night in camp, the guests get to enjoy and learn about the Maasai culture in its purest form. On returning from game drive, the Maasai staff's all waiting around the fire, busy preparing goat for the guests in their traditional manner. Dixon then leads the evening as they tell stories about their culture, followed by singing and dancing.
As when you grow in our culture, we saying that we grow in a respect which can show us direction of life. When you respect each other, young, older people, you can also grow in a good line of your focus of your life in future.
There are certain traditions that has developed inside the Wild Eye Mara camp. This is what people fall in love with, and this is what people come back for.
Kijana mwenzio, nashindwa na mali sina we, ningekuoa malaika. Nashindwa
There are very few things that can compare to standing here ready to take off home after an experience which is real, filled with respect, and that builds relationships. And that is what we do at the Wild Amara camp. The moment you get to this point, you have this kind of excited but sad feeling. You're going home, but you're leaving home all in one. So if I could wish anything for you guys, this moment is it.